And joining us now to discuss, former New Jersey Superior Court Judge Andrew Napolitano. Judge, always great to have you on our show, especially on a Friday afternoon. Your reaction to these Bob Menendez charges, again, as Mike Carter pointed out, the second time in a decade. The last one resulted in a hung jury, and of course the charges were dropped. This time around, what do you think?
Well, the indictment, which is 39 pages long, is laden with an extraordinary amount of evidence. If the government can prove 25 or 30% of what's in that indictment, Senator Menendez will be convicted. I don't know how he could possibly justify or explain the receipt of what the government claims he received, which is in excess of $500,000 in cash, in gold bars, in mortgage payments, and in payments on a Mercedes-Benz automobile. He is, or was until this morning, about the fourth or fifth most powerful person in the United States Senate. He's possessed of a top secret security clearance. He knows the secrets of the United States and receives regular intelligence reports. It is alleged that he shared some of this stuff with officials in Egypt who were not entitled to it and was bribed by their American counterparts here in New Jersey.
Now, Judge, last time we went through this with Mr. Menendez, Jack Smith was the prosecutor, and it resulted in a hung jury. What do you think? What is different this time around with this prosecution?
It'd be hard for me to believe that the feds would lose two of these, Tom. I mean, the allegations are that this bribery scheme began as soon as the other case against him was dismissed because of the hung jury. So the jury is hung. They can't come to a decision about guilty or not guilty. The judge looks at everything and said, mistrial. The DOJ, the Attorney General at the time was Jeff Sessions, former President Trump's first Attorney General. He said, we're not going to go through this again. We're going to drop the case. The prosecutors in New York, even though most of these events occurred in New Jersey, they implicate federal prosecutors in New York. That's why the case is in New Jersey. That's why the case is in Manhattan. The prosecutors in New York say the bribery scheme began almost immediately after the first case against him was thrown out. He's the first senator in U.S. history to be indicted twice for bribery.
Wow.
That's amazing. Wow. Judge, I wish we had more time with you. But again, we will be watching this very, very closely this time, again, the second time around. Really appreciate your being with us. Judge Andrew Napolitano.
Pleasure, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sure.
In just a few minutes, President Biden and Vice President